introduce a little bit yourself, just to
Yes.
say where you come from and why are you so good and respected percussionist?
Oh, this I don't know. I am not. I don't me. We who decides this. Yeah, yeah. I come from Barcelona in Spain, and I am here in Germany since 1981. I was living in Spain through the dictator, and I was working. I was looking for work. I was playing with the music. I start very late. I start at the age of 15,
Okay.
and was more casualty because my grandmother, for my birthday, she gave me a record from Santana after Woodstock. I don't know why, because she doesn't listen this music, but she gave me as a gift for my birthday this record, and there I began to listen to percussion.
Okay.
And
15 years old.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then I feel it when I listen to percussion. My hairs, like we say it in Spain, you become carne de gallina, and I say, wow, what is this? And go with the record, because at these days in Spain, there was nothing for this. There was no possibilities to learn. There was no YouTube, there was no record, there was no books, there was nothing. The only thing in musical education was classical. But I doesn't wanted the classical music, or the classical instruments. And then I go with this record to one music shop and ask, I said, what is this? And they show me, there was congas. I remember from one company, Now was called, a guy that make congas in Barcelona. This brown and this, I say, wow. And then I go to my father and said, I want a conga. And okay, I was working a little bit, and he helped me, and then I buy one conga, and with this conga,
just one. No to buy,
just one, one, but I don't know nothing how it works, because there was no books, there was no teaching, there was nothing, and I take this conga and go to the band on the school, and there was a band with the friends playing with Farfisa organ, and this, this Woodstock thing, and Deep Purple and Santana. And then with this instrument, I can get in the band, and I began there to play with one conga, listen to the records and which sounds are there, and practicing of the flat, all the neighbors go, wow, what is here now, and practicing, and doesn't know how it works the slap, but I listen, there is other sounds, and I was trying. And after we began to play with the band, some small gigs, and then I can buy the second conga, because I saw, okay, you need two congas on the pictures I see. You need two congas, Yeah, and then practicing with these two congas and looking for myself, I had never a teacher. I am autodidactic, and for this now I am very jealous for my students. All the possibilities they have, I think maybe we come later. I think all have his positive and negative things, but maybe we talk later about this. And well, I was growing up with the band, playing some parties and some festivals, and at the same time, but I had a work in a Securance company called CAP International. But it was a very good work, only working until the midday, and afternoon I can make music and sport, and was fun. But all as we have on our mind, when we can live only from music, then we go to make music. And it comes the day. We won a festival, and the prize was 6-month contract to play in Ibiza on the island.
Wow.
6 months every day playing, making only music and getting money. And then we must take the decision of our life to cancel our works, or the families was we was 4 on the band was for 3 guys and 1 girl playing the bass. And if we will have some YouTube, some film, I think this would to be a hit, at these times, because we sat down there and in our practice room and deciding, hey, what I say to my father now if I cancel my work. I had a girlfriend, we had thought to marry it, but for me was not this the problem. I wanted only to change the work, not my love, you understand? But for all the families, and we were saying, what do we make and what, and then we must make like musketeers, to say, okay, everyone, we make everyone, tomorrow we go to our companies and we cancel the works.
Wow.
At this time was a very,
Sure.
it was very lucky you have a work and works like this, and then we crazy, we go there and we're going to cancel to go to make music, But we decide because we said, hey, cannot be one said now we cancel and the other said no, and then we don't make the contract. And then we said, okay, put the hands like this and okay, we made it. Yes. And we made it.
Wow. What a story.
We made it. Yes, we made it. We canceled this. And this was the point. This was 1980. And this was the point when I began only to make music. We go to Ibiza. We was playing 6 months. This was, I think, the best school of my life. Playing every day, because if we don't play one day because someone was ill, we don't get money. At this stage, I began to learn drums from one day to the other, because our drummer, he had problems with the carpal tunnel, must go to Barcelona to get operated, and at the night, I put his drums and I play drums. This was the thing. And
wow.
After 3 days was working, this was how I learned drums, to play drums, to get in the cold water, it was
out of necessity.
Yes, for necessary, because we need the money also, and also for him,
So that was your turning point, like that day when they said, okay, we won this festival, we go 6 months full. That was the turning point of your life. Okay, fully into music.
Yes. This was the point to break with all the other things and make only music.
How old are you at that time?
I was like 24.
Okay. Oh, you were pretty young. And I imagine at this moment still music or leaving out of music was something very unknown, right?
Yes.
Still unknown, but at that moment, way more.
Yes, for sure. In Spain at these days, if the people ask it, what you work? Yeah, I am a musician. No, but what you work really? What you work really?
Yeah.
It was like this, and the work only there. Okay, if you was lucky to play with some superstar from Spain. Or this was okay, but if not, the work was only in summer to play for the tourists, and then in winter you must eat what you win in summer. Wow. There was not so much things like now,
Yeah. Okay.
It was not easy,
Yeah. Okay, and then you went to Germany already?
Yes, well, we make these 2 years. 2 years. We get the contract again. We make these 2 years. We change with the band, the drummer and me, we was the band leader. And we have the bus also, one bus and the car. And then we make this the second year with other musicians. And then we got one offer to came to Germany to play. And we was really happy as a band from Spain. Spanish guys go to play to Germany. Normally all the people was coming to Spain, and now Spanish band go to Germany, and we was happy for this, and we should play all the season in Ibiza. It works from 1st of May until 31 of October, and after we should come to Germany. But this work 6 months playing every day, looking every day the same guy on the hotel, and this. We began with some problems, personal problems. It was not war, but and we said, hey guys, if we move to Germany, we must be together, and if not, we let it. Yeah, and then we decided to let it. We said to the guy, was some manager from here, Germany, that had some discourse and this, and we said sorry, but we let it. We don't come. And then I was thinking, because we decided not to make again this work in Ibiza, 2 years was enough. And I was deciding to go to England to make, because I cut with all my things in Barcelona, you know, I cut with all. And now it was go through, make music, or look what you make. And then the drummer from the band, he was together with a girl from Germany, from Berlin. They was fall in love, and she wanted to look of his relation it works. And at this stage, as Spanish people, we can come to Germany as a tourist for 3 months. You don't need visa and nothing, because Spain was not in the EU at this stage.
Okay.
No? And then said, okay, come for 3 months as a tourist. We see if our relation it works, and if not, well, we had nice times, and you go back to Spain. And she came 2 times to Ibiza through this time that we was there playing, and she got also a friend from me. And she asked me, and where you go? And I said, I don't know what I got to make. I'm not sure. And they said, okay, I know you are good friends. If you want, you get a room in my house. And okay, food and this is your problem, but you can sleep in my house. You can stay there the 3 months also. But after 3 months, I want that you go. I said, okay. If German people can go to Spain for holidays, then can also Spanish people go for holidays to Germany.
Why not?
Yes. And it goes like this. 31 of October, 81, we finished the contract in Ibiza. And 15 days later, we go in Berlin with minus 20 grades degree.
No.
Cold. We thought we go to die now, you know, crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Well, and the thing is this, my friend, after 3 months, he go back to Spain because the relation was not like they thought. But I began to get works. And I said, okay, then I must move. I moved from this flat where I was and begin to look. And I said, okay, I think I can make here something. As a percussion player, there was in these times not percussion players here in Germany. And began then little to little, was like this and was like this, and little to little. And then I began to look for the papers to stay here. I get it without problems because I can show that I doesn't go to get some work from German musicians. And at the first I get for 1 year the visa and the not the visa but the works paper, for to work as a timbale player in a salsa band only. You know, I get to work in a salsa band, and only in Berlin at this stage was the work there. You know, it was closed.
It was closed.
Yes, we are talking 80s.
Yeah, wow.
That's
a long time ago.
Yes.
Wow.
I lived there 5 years in Berlin.
Okay.
Lived there 5 years in Berlin, and then now my first girlfriend, after was my first woman, and then I move and begin with bands and working and give lessons and little to little until now.
Then what I see is that then you built a very nice career in a way that you have some facets. You have your musician life, you have your entrepreneurial life, where you have books, apps, and a bunch of things, right? And also as an educator, teaching in a university. So let's talk a little bit about each. For example, in the musician part, I see that then you developed different styles, different percussions, right? Like you built your skills across different styles. So maybe let's get a little bit into this. How was this process of, I'm discovering Cuban music, how to play timbales, and then Brazilian music. I see you have a berimbau on your background, and cajon. So, cajon maybe comes from from your blood, but how was this process of discovering each genre and diving into each one of those?
I began with percussion, yeah, but the music was not the Latin music. It was jazz rock. We was playing Santana. This was the music how I developed. It was not. I began much later to listen because because it was also in this time you don't have the possibility to get records from everywhere and these things. It was later I began, I get one cassette from Fania All Stars. This is salsa, but before I was moving only in this jazz rock and developing my way to play, developing how I play this, when I get my first timbales, when I buy my first timbales, I doesn't know it in which direction they goes. I put it like a drums and play like this. And later I meet a guy from Colombia in Barcelona, percussion player. And he told me, hey guy, your timbales are wrong. I say, why are wrong? Yeah, normally it's I said, okay, then I changed it. Okay. Because I doesn't have nobody there that told me this is like this, and I make my own things. What I thought it sound good, it's good.
It works.
Yeah. And it goes and because it doesn't was nothing traditional what he was doing, After I began more to listen and discover all the salsa, all the Latin traditional Cuban stuff. At the first, I was only moving more in this Afro-Cuban instrument world, moving more there because for the music, I am from Barcelona. I know about flamenco, but it's not my music, And for this cajon, and let's say one thing, the cajon comes also to Spain very late because it was Paco de Lucia at the beginning. At this time when I was growing, was not cajon there, It's
sure, it's true. So
it was growing all this, For this cajon came also for me in my instrument pool later also. Understand? The first was congas and timbales. Bongos come also late because with this jazz rock with timbales, with congas and some tambourine. Then when I came to Germany, that is where I began more into the Latin stuff. Because at these days also in Germany, there was a big festival called Horizontes. And at these days also was many Puerto Rican guys on the army that goes in Berlin, working for the army, but musicians also. And it came a lot of salsa bands. There was a club called Salsa in Berlin. I was nearly every day there. There was every day playing a band, Latin music, These days, the people can believe it, And at these days, with some bands, you was getting money. You was getting paid for. This have changed, man, Yeah. And it was really very many Latin stuff and African stuff. And there was a very known salsa band also in Berlin with people from radio. And I get in also to play there. And I make also my own salsa band because it was work. It was work. And that is what I get more into the timbale work and moving on the salsa stuff, the Latin stuff, not in the jazz rock and this, not more free to get in more all these patterns, traditional patterns, cascara and the guts stuff and all of the different rhythms. That is when I began. And then I was working, but playing also, I have moved always on different styles. I was playing also with funky bands, with jazz bands, experimental thing, with a contrabass player, also only contrabass and percussion. Moving on this, I am not really traditional, And there was, I get a call for these days also, was a very known salsa band here in Germany called La Conexión Latina. They were working many. And I get a call from them. I was living in Berlin. If I can play there, because his timbal player was a guy from Puerto Rico, but they have the problem on the army that sometimes they get from one day to the other they get service. They must stay there on the work, and the band must play. And I bring myself to read music.
Okay.
Yes. And they send me the music. I go down, fly to Munich and play. And I got the work.
Oh.
And then I was working 3 years only playing salsa timbales, living from this. Yeah. But then it began also to go. It's here in Germany, you know, this music, these styles, it's a kind of, how it's called, una moda, you know. It's not so much people there, you know, where you can pay your bills, you know. It's the people is listening, the most people is listening to other music, you know. But these years was good, but it moved, and then it goes down. And then I began also to teach, and I began to play also here with big bands from radio and TV. And with these big bands, began to play with Edgar Rock. Then I was on tour with John Lord from Deep Purple, and many people with other music styles. And this is more, let's say, my musical direction.
How about the Brazilian vein?
Yeah, with the Brazilian. Okay, I began with the Brazilian because when I began to teach, not at the university, in small schools, private schools, I see you need these instruments also, because this is one thing, you know, that many percussionists, I must talk many times with my students about this. We percussionists, we have a very big problem that other instruments doesn't have. Drummers, piano players, guitar players, they play always one instrument. The only thing that they must work is what kind of music style. But you sit and you have your hands always in the same instrument.
Yeah.
We not. And more if you are living in Europa. If you are living in Cuba or Puerto Rico, maybe you can pay your bills as a conga player, only conga player, only bongo player, only timbal player. But in Europa, at least here in Germany, forget it. You cannot pay your bills with this. You cannot get really specialization in one instrument, because they have 24 hours. And here, you know, I don't know, I was also in Cuba. I don't see never in Cuba someone playing darabuka or a frame drum. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
This is the thing. And for us as a percussionist here in Europe, the people think you are percussionist. Okay, can you play tablas? Can you play pandeiro? Can you play hey, wait a moment, you know?
Yeah.
But the really thing is that at these days, percussion players here in Europe, for my opinion, they must have a good range of instruments that they, at least the basics, you know?
Cool.
And for this, I see this was years ago. I saw this and I said, okay, guy, and never stop to learn. And then I began also to get these basics. I am not a really pandero player, but if I must play, I can play, you know, the same with the berimbau, the same with the cajon. To get this if someone needs something of this for records or to play, that I can play, you know.
It's so nice how you built your life and your musician career a lot out of from curiosity and necessity, right? These both things.
Yes.
The necessity of I need to find a work there, so I need to learn how to read music. Boom, 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 and you learn it because you need to learn, right? And then you are curious enough to let's make it nice. Let's really understand how this goes. This is so nice, like how you really are driving your life into the unknown and making it happen. That's so nice. If you could point. What are the main percussionists that you have as your references, maybe per style, or like what are the guys you would say these and these guys changed?
Well, they are a lot, but at the beginning for me was Chepito Arias, from Santana. It goes Chepito Arias, you know, and it goes also Orestes Vilato. With Orestes Vilato, I discover my love to the timbales.
Right.
With Orestes, yeah, Orestes Vilato, Ray Barreto, you know, all guys. I am all the old section at these days. Okay, now Giovanni for sure, Giovanni Dalgo, Changuito, you know, but. At the beginning, from my days, this was the people that was where I got more influence, you know. Also Daniel Ponce, yeah. Some percussionists, Ayrton Moreira, some percussionists that I see also from the young people. Some young people doesn't know these guys, you know. I asked them, you know, and they doesn't know, you know, Carlos Patato Valdez, you know, they are looking always, okay, it develops, you know, it's for sure. And this is the good things. Yeah. Nobody's playing now congas like 40 years back, you know,
which is nice, right?
Like all, for sure. Like all the instruments, you know, but I think it's important to know these guys, because these guys, for me, they was the beginning, you know, this is the, they was developing and for sure, I say it always, we are making also always copy from the others, you know, a copy in the good, way, you know, because you see one thing and say, oh, this is nice. And you think about and you develop maybe other thing, you know, and for this it develops. But I think sometimes I am like a little like, say, you don't know this? You don't know Ayrton?
How come can you play percussion?
Yeah, you know, they know Pedrito Diaz and they know Giovanni and then Changuito, okay, you know, but these things, you know, but okay, you cannot know all in this world, you know, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. There are some big names that gives us the base of it, how the thing started. But it's also true that someone starting, someone starting conga now, there are so many amazing young players today with so much information out there, right? That in the end they give it more digested somehow. Okay, let's change a bit to another facet of your life, which is the entrepreneurial part. You have a bunch of books, you have apps, you teach at school, in the university, you have your followers, like have so many different projects happening at the same time, right? Tell us a little bit how you can manage so much and a little bit also behind these apps and the book, like what's your approach on creating these things?
Yeah, well, the things with the apps, this is I have small company, let's say it. We are two friends, with Mark, with who also we have this project, this electronic drums percussion project, percussion waves, and
which, by the way, is amazing. I saw some of it, some recordings, and it's really incredible.
Yeah, you see, this is my way. This is my way, musical. You know, this is. Looking other things. What is there is good, but I am always looking for something.
Okay.
Cool. But with Mark was this that when I began to teach more and more and more, I developed for myself a database to prepare the lessons. It's not on the market. I don't know why, but maybe one day. Yeah, because everyone that says it, wow, crazy to prepare your lessons, you have your material and how you can manage it, and after the lessons, you know. Well, if you are not the teacher that go to the class, open the door and say, okay, what we going to do today? You know, I don't think this is not the right way to teach. Yeah. And I prepare for every student and this, you know, and for sure, if you are teaching private is maybe other thing, but if you're teaching one school and you know you have to have your student 4 or 6 years with bachelor and master, you should maybe have a plan, because it's not can be a little bit stress to give the lessons every week, you know. And I developed this, and I was looking what I go to make. I have I paid a program guy, and was looking what I make, and then I see one announce from one app in Google from one guy, drama. I said, and I feel it. I think he's in your line also. And I call him. I said, hey guy, look, Toti, we should meet. Okay, came. He lived 250 kilometers far away from me. And I get my car and I go there, and he was there. He had 2 program guys that one student from him, because this, my friend, now my business partner, Mark, he's the owner from a music school in a country called Kleve. Over 400 students for all the instruments, you know, and his drama itself. And this was one student from him that learn drums just for fun, but he's a doctor, had the doctor, and he's programming neuro things. Yeah. And they was a friends, and the 2 guys was programming app for him. He said what the app should make, because, you know, I believe you know what this. One thing are musicians, the other thing are programmer guys. It's two worlds. You want one thing, and they are thinking another thing, another way. Yeah, and they was working on this, developing an app. And then I came in and hello and present and said, look, I have these ideas and and we came together. And Mark and me, we make this call company, this small company, Gewehr, yeah. Was love for the first day, let's say. We believe both, and we see, okay, it's nothing wrong there, and we made it. And then we buy a Mac to every programmer and said, okay, guys, because they was making for Android, they said, make for Apple. And they began to develop, and we divide what we won and we divide what we lose, you know. And behind this, with Mark, we said, hey, what do you think? They are not so much play-alongs for percussion. For drums, maybe, but for percussion is not. What do you think? And then we make our first play-along. I play Latin. We make this, and then I know it, but I saw that Mark also can play. I say, Mark, what do you think if we make a duo? Hey, do you think? Yeah, and then we begin to make this duo. Yes.
Okay.
And then we make then the next play-alongs. I play cajon and I play drums. I play drums now, and we are developing this. We make now a book. Also, we make an ebook. We make this ebook for to play cajon. We're looking more things that we must make ourselves without programmers, because we cannot really program. Yeah. And you know, many people think when they see one app, oh, it costs €3, €5, so expensive. They doesn't know what app development costs.
No idea.
Never in your life, you know. And for this, we cannot pay always the programmers a lot of money, you know what they cost. And we said, okay, we are letting this kind of apps, this kind of apps we are letting, and making ebooks and things that we can make ourselves.
You can control, yeah, true. I understand. I completely understand.
With our knowledge, you know.
Yeah, totally. I completely understand that the market in apps is pretty tough, because it's already, people are so used to free stuff, right? And you need to charge, because it's so expensive to build something. So completely understand.
Many people doesn't know, but many apps that are free, they have a big company in his back, you know. They make the money with other things, and they can offer this for free, you know. It's more it's a publicity, you know. But if you want to live from the apps, you're gonna forget. You can get
the amount of reviews we get, like 1-star review saying, oh, the app is amazing, I just found this amazing app, but it's paid 1 star. I say, dude, in the supermarket, things are paid too. You have to pay for. Unfortunately, that's how it works, right? You need to pay. So.
And for this, we take the decision. We let the world from the apps and make ebooks, make digital things, because we believe in this digital stuff. But all the things that we can make ourselves and our knowledge and not depend from other people.
But anyway, I do think you built some amazing tools. Like the apps you built are super cool. As a reference, indeed, when I was starting to plan Drumap and Drum Coach, these were apps that I always had on the table and seeing what's out there, what's good, what's bad, right? And so I think it's a good reference that people should know. So hopefully we'll leave links here so people can find it and download. And I would say don't stop building apps. Let's talk about it, because I think we can do things together too.
Yeah.
Related to apps. Okay, let's talk about education a little bit. Good. Okay, you're a long-time teacher already, teaching university, which is also a different profile. It's true that in percussion there is something specific that's a bit different from drumming. That, well, usually in music you have a lot of people starting, right? And then you have a lot of people frustrated because they don't cross this barrier of having discipline and keeping the attitude. And then you have intermediate and a little bit of advanced, right? My first question is, how do you cross this chain, this gap between being a motivated beginner to becoming an intermediate without dying in the middle, again, being frustrated in the middle because, oh, music's too hard or whatever? That what happens with the majority of people starting music? Why they get so much frustrated? Like, how can you cross it?
Well, Raul, I must tell you, now I had my last concert on the university, you know, and I invite all my ex-students. They are a lot. They are a lot. I am teaching at the university since 1994. You know, everyone was learning 4 years at least, because it's bachelor. Before was diploma called, but it was also 4 years, and some ones have made his master 2 years. And I can say it because I have a contact with them, with everyone, more or less, but I know what they are doing. All these people that have learned at the university with me, they are working all as a percussionist player.
Wow, that's
all.
Wow.
Everyone. Nobody is driving taxi. Everyone is working as a musician.
That values a lot.
Yes, for sure. I don't want to say it now to put here. I am. No, it's the reality. You can ask them. It's the reality. You can ask them. You can look on Instagram. They are working all as musicians. The one is teaching and playing. The another is teaching, playing. The another is playing only. I get one now. For me, it's that everyone is for me very important. Everyone was for me very important, because it was for me important to see, okay, they are on the right way. They are working now as a percussion player. But now, for example, the last one that came out from the examen, it's a guy from Colombia. You know, I know he had a difficult life. He was not easy. I was pushing him out. Also, sometimes problem with visa, problem with money, etc. And now he's ready with his studies, and he get a place. There is a big band in Germany from the police big band. You know, you are employed from the ministry, and he get there a place as a percussion player.
Wow. Amazing.
You know, I said, okay, at best, you can't go out from the university, you know. Everyone, I have a guy, I have other people, a percussion player, he's playing also drums, he's playing with a very note singer here in Germany. Everyone is working. I don't know one that called me and said, hey, Jose, you know, I sell my congas, I sell my percussion, and I am doing other things. Everyone. And for me, it's the point that said, okay, I think this study in the university, because the study in the university where I am, we was one of the first where you can learn percussion as a main instrument in Germany. And it's also the only one in Germany where you have a professorship called a cathedral for percussion. Not one have more this in Germany. And also in Europe, they are not much, you know. And the study there, the plans for the percussion player, I am really jealous. It's what I said. You must think they have percussion as a main instrument, Latin percussion as a main instrument. They have drums as a secondary instrument. They have classical percussion as a secondary instrument. And they have piano and all the theory stuff, composition, arrangement. For this, these guys are not going out as a percussion player. They are going out as a musicians.
Yeah.
This is what many people at these days don't understand. Many years ago, look me, no studies, no things, but I make my career. But at these days, it's not so easy like this. Because, you know, there is no money. If you go to one studio to record, they want that you can read. Nobody's waiting for you like years ago because it doesn't cost. Now it must be pop up. All this, one band call you, you can play tomorrow, pop, get the sheets, and then, do you understand? This is the, and then these guys then can work. I have other one Spanish guy. He came from Spain to learn here. I have people coming from Colombia, from Brazil, from Spain, from Italy. He came here, and with the classical percussion, he was always, hey, Jose, classic. I said, that was Miguel, do it, you go to see. You know, now he's every day happy because he's working a lot on musicals.
Good that he listens to you.
Do you understand? This is the thing, and for this, if the people, it's other thing if you are taking only private lessons, you know, for sure you can make it. Look at, I make it without, you know, but I think that at these days, it's what you say. There are a lot of people that play good. There are a lot of people that play fast. There are a lot of people that are creative, and who is getting the works?
Who has more variety, right? The more more flexible.
Yes. You must be flexible, is what we said at the beginning. You can, here in Germany, you cannot be only conga player or pandero player.
There is also something else that at least in my career I found. It's not just about playing, it's also about the attitude and being professional and being on time, right? And studying before and getting prepared for the rehearsal or for the student. Which is something that misses a lot in the music industry, right? There's a lot of irresponsibility in the end.
Yes, for sure.
In the name of art.
Yes. What I say to my students always, because sometimes it comes in a point that go down, you know, because hey, look, Giovanni, the congas, hey, look, and then it's what I say. They say, look, but you are living here. You are living here. One guy, hey, I would like to learn batas. I said, okay, batas is very nice, the batas. But do you think here in Germany go to call you someone to play batas? Batas, what I said always, and I made this. I had a student, he wanted with Dombek and Darabuka. I said, okay, why you don't make before your studies ready? And then they are programs from there, the Erasmus, you know, academic things. And then go to Tunisia or go to Turkey. And we made it. I had one, he wanted tablas. I said, okay, Italian guy. I said, but now through the studies, tablas is a life learning. Okay, all the instruments, you know, but tablas. And who go to call this German guy for to play tablas? There is here Tsaki Rusain or a Trilogurtu, you know. This is not the music here, you know. And I said, make your studies, and then you never stop to learn. They go to India, look for a teacher and this, and he made it, and now he's playing, you know. But he's working with other things, you know. This is the point. This is how I try them to say, okay, look at the first. I am always very realistic, you know. I say, look before where you are. With which instruments can you pay your bills?
It makes it sustainable, right?
Yes.
Because if you know it gets too idealistic, which is cool, like they're just developing their inner passion, but then you get unsustainable, which
and then it's for me when it comes this frustration, you know. I know people they was learning in India tablas and a lot of years and this, but they are driving tight silver because they are not works for them. Do you understand? Okay, if you say, okay, my life is this, I want to make this, and I want to learn this instrument, and for me, doesn't care if I get money or not. It's also okay. It's also okay. But the problem begins when these people begin to get frustrated, you know, and this then lose the music, and this is the thing. For me, for this, I said, okay, I put these instruments because I I began in this university. It was the first I developed the program studies because it was nothing before, you know. And I said, okay, the people, they must make, all the students must make 1 year salsa ensemble. I was conductor from the salsa ensemble. Every year, every student must make 1 year Brazil. In the salsa ensemble was the percussion must make 3 years, 1 year timbales, 1 year congas, 1 year bongos. Understand? So, and then we have the big band, they must be also there 1 year, and then we have the other ensembles, funk ensembles and jazz and this, you know, where they can look himself what. But the other 3, they must make, you know. And with this dedicate other, because look, the big bands also here in Germany, they must play when they swing, but the other they must play Latin, you know.
Yeah,
it's like this. And if you are open with this and you get the basics, the possibility for the work is maybe much easier.
That's a really nice approach you have. How do you think, that's a big question, how do you think will be the future of education?
The future of education,
music education, let's focus, at least focus on music.
The music, what I see, what we see at the university is maybe through Corona and this, that less people is coming to learn one instrument. Less people is coming, you know. And for me, I think the future, maybe not here in Germany at these days, but the future is going to be more digitally, more digital for sure. So I think books, paper, one day it's out. In other countries it's out. Here in Germany not. But I think this is the one way digitally, with all these possibilities that today give. But for me is one point that sometimes I am a little bit critical, and this is also one point we are also how to motivate, because I am sure you live also every day. The problem at these days, let's say, is a good thing. You have a lot of material, you have a lot of possibilities to learn, videos, YouTube, apps, etc., etc. But have also a big risk that I see many times in my workshops, that you lose the focus, because you buy a book, you look the book, you buy an app, look the app, look, oh nice, and then there is other app, and you are changing, you know. Is this effect? You go to Facebook or go to YouTube to see one video that you see, and you don't know why, but half 1 hour later you are in other way looking other things, you know. I see in my workshops, you know, I have my books, timbale book, and then they are drummers, and I play a groove. Oh, nice groove. Oh, you can show it this groove. You have my book. Yeah, you have seen the groove is in the book, you know. This is the thing, you know, at my days, before, when you don't have so much material, one of the positive things that I remember is when you get a groove, or when you discover a groove, you was busy with this groove, you practice this groove from left to right, from right to left, over, down, and was working creative, you know, because you don't have nothing more to distraction, you know, that say, but look this, you are not ready with this, and you are looking this. You understand? And for this, you was creating also more of your side, maybe, and not only playing what is there. Because this is for me the approach from books and apps, not to play what is this, learn what is this, but improve and move and work this thing to make your own thing. You know, it doesn't help if everybody's playing with Giovanni.
Yep.
You understand? Many conga players try to play like Giovanni. When I see this, I say, no, if I want Giovanni, I go to call Giovanni, not you. Do you understand?
Exactly. And it's nice to think that also Giovanni didn't have Giovanni to copy. He didn't have another Giovanni to copy, right?
Yes.
And he built his own thing. So in order to build your own thing, you can just listen to.
Yes. Yeah. This is the point. And for this, I am not sure they are okay. I think for many people that maybe are not thinking much to really work as a professional, or at different levels, let's say, from professionality. Maybe it's people that they can help only apps, or maybe can help only videos. Maybe can help these platforms where you look and maybe get some lessons, you know.
Sure.
But the thing what I see in this is then what I see in the university with my students, that was the positive things. They was not looking only one instrument. They was not looking only one teacher. They was getting from other teachers, going to improvisation class, going to rhythmic class, going to this. Do you understand? This is other thing. If you are only with your instrument, looking the video and learning pattern number 120. Do you understand what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
It have his good thing. It have his good thing because you can get quickly ideas and. But if this only along for to be a professional musician at these days, it depends where. If you are in one country where you are the only percussion player at this world, then maybe you get many work. You understand? Yeah. But there were many musicians, or more musicians and more concurrents, you know, more this. Then I think that's maybe the people with a good education and the best get to work. I think.
Sure.
Yeah. For this, I think this is good to have this. I make also my own these apps and things for to. But I see more this, not so much for the professional, for to be professional. I see more this as a help for teachers. As a help for teachers, and also for the students that to take some lessons his own, you know, as autodidactic, or get some ideas, or after talk with your teacher, what do you mean with this and this? Because I think, as my experience, is much easier if you have a teacher on your side that with knowledge and can tell you, look like this or like this, because I doesn't have a teacher. It was a difficult way. It was my way, but I'm not sure that this way go to work now at this stage. You know?
Yeah.
The way how I see it works is with my students. They are working.
Yeah.
They are working with this, you know.
Totally.
They come out from the school, they can read, they can compose, they know about harmonies, they know they don't sit down more as a percussion player and everybody is talking and they are what you know what I mean, you know.
Yeah. They're true musicians.
Yes.
That's so cool. So just to leave it for people that are starting. What are your general tips for someone that is, I want to play some percussion instrument, I like percussion, but don't know where to start?
Well, let's say the possibilities today, it's very you have in
Infinite.
your hand. If you don't find one possibility, then you are not on this world, you know, because you need only to say Google, you know, and look in your apps guy. I think they have many possibilities there. They do have a lot of rhythms.
So which instrument?
Maybe which instrument? Okay, this is one thing. We are talking about where are you? Okay, the one thing is what you said. If your passion is tablas, go for it. You know, if your passion is frame drum, then go for it. Why why not? You know, if you are thinking, but after to begin one study on these instruments, then you must look where I am, if there is the possibility to learn this instrument, then, or I must go out, I must go to other places. Is there one place, or is only just for fun where I go to learn, you know? you know, here in Germany, there are a lot of people playing djembe, you know, but it's djembe just for fun, you know. It is women's or men's, and they meet, and it's just for fun.
Yeah,
it's good, it's okay, but it's on the level. It depends in which level you want to go, which level.
Sure.
You know.
Sure, that's a good point. Like, what's your goal, right? Is to play in a drum circle in the park, or to become a professional, right? That changes a lot the path.
Yeah, I think this is the point. For me, if I could say one instrument here in Germany now, one instrument for to play, let's say as a pop percussionist, you need shaker and tambourine, you know. But yeah, but okay, congas, I would say congas. With timbales, many people is then other thing, because you need to stick technique, and then it's other. Okay, with congas we see you need also hand technique. Yeah, at these days, if you will play also double strokes, and this is like a drums. At these days is the same technique as a drums, but okay, you don't need something in your hands. It's your hands. You need some sticks and stick control. Maybe I would say then the congas is the which with instrument that maybe you can get more in and more flow, or maybe in some band or something like this.
Amazing. Jose, thanks a lot for sharing all your story and your wisdom. I'm sure it will help a lot of percussionists out there. Thanks.
I hope. Yes. Thank you.